Hey, I'm Mindy Kinnis. This is The Daily Rage. Ricardo posted a question on the blog. So, first and foremost, thank you so much for the question. He says, Hi, Mindy. How do you manage the extreme volatility on the Nasdaq? What stop loss do you use? All right, so let's take a look at this wild thing, the Nasdaq. And I was talking about this recently about why I like to trade it because there's so much potential for the moves that it makes. But that comes along with some crazy volatility, as Ricardo has alluded to. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to answer this question, but probably not in the way that you are looking for. A lot of traders, when they are looking to become profitable traders, when they are looking to grow into becoming a lucrative trader, they think, oh, I just need the right setup and the right stop and the right whatever else, and then I'm going to be golden. And unfortunately, that's not how it works. I could literally give many of you my exact setup, my exact stop loss, and you wouldn't have the same results as I would. Why? There's a ton of reasons, but a couple of them are one, we all have different account sizes. So your stop loss specifically to you should absolutely be based on how much you can risk based on your account size. That's going to be different for everybody. And secondly, we all have different risk profiles. Like within our own brains, some of us might be more aggressive, some of us might be more conservative. And for some people, risking $100 is not a big deal. For others, it's a huge deal and would be just a terrible loss to them. So I almost feel like I'd be giving you a disservice if I said, oh, this is the exact stop that I use, because honestly, it changes depending on what setup I'm trading at that time. And ultimately, even if I gave you the exact formula, it wouldn't necessarily answer your question. But to answer your question in kind of a more open ended way, it's two things. One is you absolutely have to use a bigger stop when trading the NASDAQ than you would with the Dow or the Russell. For many of you who have taken my courses, you know that I do not recommend, like, absolutely do not recommend trading the NASDAQ or even the micro NASDAQ at first. You want to get your practice in and get your reps in on something that is more chill. Me personally, I choose the Russell. So I love, especially the micro Russell to get started. Like trade that thing, trade that thing, trade that thing, trade that thing. That's what I have done over the last number of years is I really like got to get consistent trading the M2K. That's the micro Russell. And then I moved up to the regular Russell. And it's only been, I would say, in the last year maybe that I have been trading more of the NASDAQ. So if you're not profitable in those markets that are a little bit more chill, the only thing you're going to get by trading into the NASDAQ is more volatility and then more potential losses. So that's not ultimately that helpful. So you do need to use a wider stop. Secondly, the main way that I kind of work with the volatility of the NASDAQ is practice and practice and practice and practice and practice and more practice. And everybody wants kind of the magic bullet. Well, just give me the setup that you use. And again, even if I gave you exactly what I use, it wouldn't necessarily give you the same result because of, like I said, so many different factors. But getting reps in, like if your goal is to trade the NASDAQ, start with something a little calmer and then work your way up. And even then, like it's not like I've mastered this by any means, but it's practice and practice and more practice and more practice. And just getting your reps in, you begin to see how this thing moves. Now, there certainly could still be outlier days where something goes crazy and it's just a wild ride. But on a day like today, it hasn't been that wild because we were working our way down, 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 fractaled down here. And essentially, ever since then, we've been working our way up, up, and up. So, yes, it is more volatile. I do find that fun. So, that's partial personal preference. Not everybody's going to like it. Some people are like, no way, I would not trade that thing. They would much prefer something more calm. But again, my personality is such that I do like to be a bit more aggressive. I do like to take a bit bigger risk, but that's based on everything that makes up me as a trader. Every one of you is going to have a different story. So you have to figure out what is going to be the best market for you personally to trade. As always, thank you for the question. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.